everybody. Just came outside to see what the rain might have done to my pots. The last time I showed you this pot, it was hardly blooming, just a few petunias on it, but now I have to go and do an overhaul here of all the rain-ruined petunia blooms. But I'll do that in a little bit. But look how many blooms. Look how that came out. Beautiful, huh? And then I got this daisy pot the other day. I don't know if you have a Central Tractor or Tractor. I forget the name of the place. I don't know if it's a chain or not, but Tractor Supply Company maybe? Anyway, they had these pots for Mother's Day for $8, and that's very cheap for a big pot like that. The bottom, this is mine, but I just stuck the plastic pot inside there. Yeah, that's what are they called? Osteopernum, or I know I messed that name up. I usually do that. But look how my garden is looking. Oh, so pretty. I mean, there's really nothing even blooming, and I just enjoy it so much, just looking at it just like that. And some of my hostas have come out more, so I'll show you that. Down here's the sweet woodruff. Oh, here's Joey and Teddy. Joey's my big boy laying down here at the bottom. Joey, he likes to be wherever I am. And Teddy scurries around everywhere, don't you, boy? Yeah, I will show you how everything is growing. It's looking good. Looking good. Now this back here, remember I was saying how it goes all over the place? I love how it smells though. Sweet woodruff. Gallium, I think is the name of it. But boy, does it ever smell good. And it's pretty too. I mean, that's the kind of thing you want, like around the base of a tree, where you want nothing else, because it really fills in. But I'm going to take it all out of there and re-landscape that. And as soon as this spirea blooms, I'm going to cut it down, and I'm going to have that whole area there then to put some flowers in. So let me see what else. This is my cranesbill starting to bloom. That usually fills with blooms all over, but see the little magenta flowers. Pretty color. And everything is just starting to get bigger and fluffier. And my yew is starting to get some new growth on it. And there's a little bird's nest in the top of that. I hope I didn't disturb it when I was out here working. I just noticed it the other day. Some vinca. I might take that out of there too. I kind of have this thing going on here with the sedum, which I rather like as an edging. And then I just replanted, or transplanted rather, some more over here. But I think that kind of looks cool, the whole area around there. So I might work on that and just get that around there like that, because I think it makes it nice. What else? Haven't showed you this lately. They're over here under our maple tree. I need to get some mulch in. It will look so much prettier with the mulch. But look at these tiny irises. Little dwarf yellow irises. Have them all around the base here. And some more of that sedum. This is nice. I need more of this too. Of course, I can always divide it, but that really shows up well. Let's go to the mailbox bed next. The candy tuft's blooming pretty nicely. Do you know that you should pinch out your phlox? And I don't know if I've done it enough for this one or not, but if you pinch out like every second or third one, your blooms will be bigger. So this new one's doing well. We just got some much needed rain. I don't think we got very much, but we need it. We're like a 3-inch deficit. There's another perennial geranium right there. These are, I think these are called annual candy tuft. They come up every year. I mean, there was a million seedlings in here, and I've just been, you know, picking them out so they're not so close to each other, because if they're close to each other, then the plants don't get as big and they don't make as good of a show. This Itea, I don't know what's, seems like it had some winter die-off maybe. I think this might be another candidate for rejuvenation. It might be chopped down this year to be allowed to rejuvenate. I put a little verbena in here. It's a pretty one, isn't it? Little like violet, bicolored flowers. My coneflower's growing. I think this golden cypress, I think I may get rid of it too, because it takes up a lot of real estate where I could be planting some different things there. And these hostas over here in this bed, here's one of my favorites. I tend to like the golden leafed ones. Yeah, everything's starting to grow better. There's that grass that I love. It gets taller than that even. And the hostas, the lilies of the valley, smell so great, but they spread everywhere. And just when you think you have everything dug out of something, like, you know, they get in your hostas. Just when you think everything's dug out, uh-oh, there's one. Of course, their roots are really, they get entangled in everything, but they smell so good. Here's another perennial geranium. I'm just kind of stuck on those. But look at the foliage on that one. Showed you that in the other video, but it wasn't blooming yet. This makes a pretty ground cover. That's the White Nancy Lamium. I never did this before, but I think I'll leave it like that this year. Last year I had this rose in a pot. Before winter, I just came out here and dug it in, left it in the pot, so I'm gonna see how it does this year. There's another one of those. And something, I don't know that this, last year this knockout rose, it just was so problematic. It was just, there was just stuff wrong with it all the time. Bugs on it. Look there. What is that? Bugs? I don't know. I did put some granular 3-in-1 ortho. It feeds and protects against fungus and mildew and stuff all at once. Here's that pot that I got. It's very neat. I love it. I love it. It's growing. It looks really good here in the foliage corner. I added that gazing ball. Looks kind of neat there. And yeah, that's really filling up. Kind of a, it's the little spot between my carport and my yard. It's not a very big spot, but look at the painted fern. There's my Joey again, coming out through. Don't step on my fern, Joseph. Here's the that phlox. See, the rain kind of flopped it all over, but I got that at Lowe's. It's a kind of a phlox. It's just a spring blooming phlox. And yes, everything's, I think it was just a week ago that I made the last video, and just look how things have bloomed out. I like the painted fern. I've got a couple of them coming up in odd places, in stones and stuff. Here's ferns that I got over at my mom's. My mom passed away last year, and I took some plants from around her house just to have to remember where they came from, and this is one of them. These tall, I think they might be cinnamon ferns. That's another thing I got over there. That's a still bee. And see the ferns coming up all over? I can't believe, but my husband actually counted those ferns, and he did say that there are 200 and some ferns up here. This is it's one of my favorite beds. It's actually my husband's bed. He takes care of it. He's the one that cuts all the ferns off and weeds and everything that needs done up here, he does. That's pretty much it, though. That's the extent of it, weeding, and it's all one plant up here. So this bed over here we call the Nugget. I don't know, I name stuff weird, but yeah, I call this my Nugget bed. It's just a little spot beside the arbor, which I used to grow morning glories on it, but I don't know, I haven't done that for years. There was the same kind of stuff down here, and he got in here and dug it all out this week because it was dying off, and you know how stuff gets ugly when it gets older. Well, that's what was happening there, so probably put more ferns in there, I'm thinking. And what do you hear, Joey? Did you hear something? Where's your brother? Where's Teddy? What else was I going to tell you? Yeah. Yeah, there's a good many ferns in there. And they seem to do better more in the sun, which I wouldn't think would be the case, but it is. I mean, I always thought ferns were shade because you always see them in the mountain. But they seem to do well in the sun over there, and these get a little bit more sun, so they're always big. But yeah, that gets full, that gets covered, and you can't even see the ground, the bare ground. There's Teddy. Don't go anywhere, Ted. Stay here. For Shelties, these boys are so good. They stay in the yard. I never have to worry about them. You know, Shelties are a breed that's known to chase things and run. Main problem I have with them is they do a lot of barking. So, but I love them so much that I put up with that. Here's that, I'm not going to say that right, Weigela. It gets pink flowers on. See, it's going to start getting the flowers. I like the variegated foliage on that. I think that's a viburnum going to come out. And are you sitting in the dirt? It's wet out here, and he decides to sit in the dirt. These are coming out a little better. The hosta's back here at this bed. And that concludes my tour, I think. I'll show you what I was working on before it started raining. Oh, this is a pot that I get out every year. I just stick it under these steps. And then in the spring, I get it out and set it out, and it just starts coming up. This is coral bells, and this is hosta. And if there's room, I'll stick something else in here. Maybe an impatiens or something, but really I wouldn't need to put anything else in there. This video is getting to the point where I'm going to have to cut it off, so I was working on doing some potting. I have these to pot up yet. I think I'm going to put the black-eyed Susan vine Marguerite with this really pretty petunia. Seems like it goes. And then this coleus. See, the coloring is about the same. And an angel wing begonia. I'm going to do something with that. And these narrow leaf zinnias. They're annuals. I'm going to have to plant those, I think, in my bed. And I think that's it. Coming up on 15 minutes. I gotta go. So I hope you enjoyed the walk along, my video for my garden. Alright, thanks. Bye-bye. Be kind when you're picking, and I'll be back. Bye-bye.